Very good morning to all. In this lecture, EC8551 Communication Network. In previous classes, we already discussed the introduction of transport layer and what are the addressing method and what are the elements of transport protocols. Now, today we are going to discuss the user datagram protocol, that is a UDP. The UDP is a simple datagram oriented transport layer protocol. This protocol is used in place of TCP. The UDP is connectionless protocol, provides no reliability or flow control mechanism. It is also no error recovery procedures. So the several applications layer protocols such as trivial file transfer protocol, that is a TFTP, and the RPC use a UDP. The UDP makes a users of the port concept to direct the datagram to the proper upper layer applications. The UDP services serve as a simple applications interface to the IP. The UDP datagram contains a source port number and a destination port number. The source port number identifies the port of the sending application process. The destination number identifies the receiving process on the destination host machine. The UDP length field is the length of the UDP header and the UDP data in the bytes. The minimum values of these field is 8 bytes. The UDP checksum cover the UDP header and the UDP data. Both UDP and TCP include the 12 byte pseudo header and with the UDP datagram just for the checksum computations. This pseudo header includes a certain field from the IP header. The purpose is to let UDP double click or double check then the data has arrived as the correction destination. The UDP checksum is end-to-end checksum. It is calculated by the sender and then verified by the receiver. It is designed destination to catch any modifications of the UDP header or data anywhere between the sender and the receiver. Now, what are the applications of UDP? The UDP, that is a user datagram protocol, is used for some route updating protocols such as RIP, that is a real-time transport protocol. The second one, UDP is used for multicasting, that is a multicasting routing applications. It is suitable for process with the internal flow and error control mechanism. Now we are discussing the remote procedure call, that is a RPC. The remote procedure calls is based on the client server model, that is an asymmetric type of the communication. Is the ISO or OSI model, and TCP or IP support the process of RPC. The client model widely used in the local area network in which dump terminal node access the server to obtain the application software files, etc. The RPC is implemented in the client to server operations through a technique called a STUP. The STUP is a procedure such as read or write can be defined for each server client. The read procedure become library procedures and client can obtain the service through a simple read statement. It is a file to be read, the number of byte to be read and a buffer to contain the result of the read. This then becomes a simple message transfer to the service, after which client wait for a reply for the services. If the client repeat the operations and resend the traffic, then the reply is successful, executed and sent back. This type of operation is called the RPC. So the remote operations with the client and service. The OSM remote procedure operations, it becomes based on the two operations, sending request to the server and receive the result to the client. The result of the operations can report on various combination of the success or failure. The ROSC also use a class number of to decide the result of the operations, either the symmetric or synchronous or asynchronous communication process. That is a class number. This is asynchronous. The definition for result or error. The synchronous is a result or error. So for obtaining the service from remote server, Unix operating system programming syntax is used. The remote command also allow the C program to write data as an input to the remote process and read from the local program what the read process as the output. Now we are going to discuss the real-time protocol. In real-time transport protocol, run over user datagram protocols, and the real-time protocols is used is a multimedia applications, video conferencing, music on demand, video on demand, audio, video, and text are in the content of the multimedia. The multimedia applications also contain other types of data streams. All this data is stored in the real-time protocol library. In user space also, along with the applications, this library then multiplexed the stream and encoded then in the RTP packets, which is stuffed into the socket. The socket means communication endpoint. At the end and the other side of the socket, the UDP packets are generated and it is embedded into the IP packets. In this, RTP uses the space and linked with the application program, so it look like a application protocol. The RTP is generic and application independent protocols. So this RTP handle the real-time data streams onto this single stream of UDP packets, and it is no flow control and not support error control, and it is not acknowledgement and no mechanism to request the retransmission process. The sequence number is given to the each packet into an RTP stream. The sequence number is higher than the predecessor by 1. The sequence number helps the destination to determine the missing packets. Now in this session we are discussed the UDP and RTP. Here the RTP header session. In this sessions, the RTP header size is a 32-bit field in a header or vision, PXCCM payload type, sequence number, timestamp, stamp, synchronization source identifier, and contributing some source identifiers. In version, the size of the version field is 2 bits. It indicates version number. The current version is 2, and the size is a p bit is a size is 1 bit. The p bit indicates that the packet has padded into the multiple of 4 byte, and the x bit is m size is again 1 bit, and it indicated the extension header in the presence. The CC field, the size of the CC field is 4 bit. The CCC field is used for indicating the number of source present, the range to 0 to 15. The M bit is a marker bit, is 1 bit size. This bit is used to indicate the start of the frame. It may be video frame or start of the word in the audio channels. And we see the payload type. The size of the payload field is a 7 bit. This field is used for the indicating the encoding algorithms has been used. It determined it the interpretations by the applications, and the sequence number. This is a complete 16-bit field is incremented by 1 each time of RTP packet is sent. The number can be used for the receiver to detect a packet loss and to recover the packet sequence. The initial value is selected at the randomly, and the synchronization source identifier. This field tells which stream the packet belong to. It is a method used to multiplexing and demultiplexing multiple data streams onto the single stream of UDP packets. and the contributing source identifiers. This list of 0 to 15 32 bits term items are specified as the contributing source for the payload contained in the packet. This field is used for when mixed or present in the studio. Now, what is the RTP control protocol? That is RTCP, real time transport control protocol. It provides the feedback on the quality of data distributions. It does not support transport of data, and the RTCP provides the feedback on delay, jitter, congestion, bandwidth to the source. This feedback information is sent to the form of RTCP sender and receiver report. This information can be used by the encoding process to increase the data rate. The RTCP defined several types of packet to carry the different types of control informations. So the types of packets are the sender report SISR, the receiver report RR, source description SDES, byte and applications. The sender report gives the transmission and reception statistics of the active sender, and the receiver report is given the reception statistics from participants that are not active sender. The SDES provide the source description items such as email, name, phone number, location, or etc. And then byte indicate the end of the participations by the sender. And finally, the app applications, that is an app provide the application specific functions that are defined in the profile specifications. In the next section, we have to discuss the transport control protocol. Thank you for watching this video.